So, in a way, this poem is more famous than I am. On killing a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave. And the strength of the tree exposed. The source, white and wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done.
Oh wow, beautiful.
One of my fondest memories is the fact that you used to visit me at my clinic, not at my studio.
Yeah.
When you were a student, right?
Yes.
So, I would be working at the clinic all evening, and when I sort of tired and little bored, and then you're kind of anxious to finish the evening and go home. And then suddenly I'd look into the waiting room and I'd see you waiting there.
Right.
And that really kind of enlivened me.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, now when I finish the clinic and I finish my work, I'm going to take Atul across and we'll have coffee and chat.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That was wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we sit?
Yeah, come. I like this old typewriter.
Yes.
Of course, meeting you and...
You were saying about the confusion that you were having.
No, I was saying that, at the art school, most of my friends and, senior students, they were all doing majority of abstract work. I was interested in figurative paintings, and I was interested as, literature and, fiction, cinema, theater. So, obviously, I was interested in human beings and how they live and what they look in the city, in middle class houses, the interior. So was very much drawn towards those things, and somewhere I felt that that is something which I'm not supposed to do at the art school.
There was a kind of a...
Yeah. The impression I would feel that this is something lower degree art, and if you do something abstract, then it's a kind of big thing. So then Barve would say that no, it's fine. what you feel you should be doing. And I mean, he encouraged a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
that whatever I was feeling and whatever I feel like doing, I should do it. I should allow myself.
There was one painting there especially, which was of an empty room. Just an empty room, you know, and nothing there, not even a towel or a handkerchief or anything. And
Except for the doormat.
yeah, the doormat was there, yeah.
That was my first solo show, and there was a lot of realism was there.
I found this the most powerful. And I wrote even in my note that the energy that is potentially present in this empty room is going to be expressed years ahead by this artist. You know, and I was proved right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw your body of work, you know, I felt that, oh, these paintings, you know, belongs to the city of Mumbai,
Right.
you know, Bombay. Of course, the railway platform,
Yeah.
you know. That sometimes people say that, you know, okay, my friendship with Bhupen Khakkar, and then I did a big show much later in 2007, Shri Khakkar Prasanna and all that. But Bhupen was never a direct influence. I enjoyed his humor and wit, all those things. His lightness,
Yeah.
allowing things to happen, all those kind of things. Really, great deal. But I think the actual influence, if I have to say, it's you on my work from those days. Yeah. And particularly the treatment of pigments, you know, of paint. I still remember, you know, the highway painting.
Right.
The
yeah.
three totally different personalities, you know, standing together, three-person, elderly lady, young girl, and a worker on a same picture plane, and then there is and rest of this thing is just brown, left empty, and you know, the strokes of the lighter brown,
Right.
which looks like highway probably.
Yeah.
So now, right now, what I'm doing is portraits, and I keep thinking about, you know, your portraits and how you did the treatment for the skin,
Right.
for the face.
You know, I often feel that when a painter is doing another human being and he's taking the brush and, you know, kind of doing the cheek, doing the mouth, it's an erotic thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are actually touching somebody at a place where, you know, normally you would not go up to a person and do that to them.
Right.
But on your canvas you are doing it.
Yeah.
So it is very erotic.
Yeah.
I'd been seeing the wells from boyhood. Even later on, you know, every few months, whenever I go to this village, I always look into the well and enjoy the experience. But I never think more about it. But at the age of 51 in Bombay, suddenly something happened, and I said, this experience is so important to you. And it is a visual experience. You know, it's specifically seeing something. And is it possible? I didn't think of writing a poem, for instance, about it, or an essay about it. I said, I wonder if I could do a painting.
Right.
But the whole experience was like translating the looking down and then putting it up on a canvas which is going to be held in front of you on a wall like that.
Right. But the most important thing, your own reflection.
Yes, I try. You know, it's. I think first, well, I didn't even think of putting my own reflection. Because
No, in the painting, you never see, like say, if looking into the well. So when you see yourself, obviously your own reflection
Is there.
is there, which he has not painted
ever.
So
You know, I tried once. I actually painted my head looking in, you know, and I looked at it, and it seemed wrong. It seemed wrong, So I just cleared it out. And when I cleared it out, I was absolutely confident that I'll never again paint my own head looking in. I think the reason is that in a sense, all of this is me anyway. So what is the point of being literal and painting your head?
Right. Yeah, this, I remember seeing a few days back, probably it was an evening light, so it looked different. Today we had bright light, so the colors and it looks more bright to me, and which is fine. But it also looks like as if a detail from a science fiction, or maybe a kind of, you are in a spaceship.
Yes.
Because of the angular reflections of the probably.
These are the pillars. They're the pillars on the side of the well, which would hold the pulley, the rod and the pulley. Right. So they are kind of reflected inward. Yeah. And I've kind of I've kept them in silhouette almost. So that you are right. I mean, it does have these forms have a kind of a science fiction like quality to them.
In the context of this painting, when I'm thinking about the battered man in a landscape, and the landscape is calm, very serene, very quiet, and then you have a kind of completely, like a skeleton, and the limbs kind of coming out, and blood, and rotten sort of face. It makes you think further about life and death and life. So I think these are the concern which I see. So in that sense, it's very serious issues of life, but you are never serious. You always laugh and we joke, and we have a lot of fun actually, basically. लेकिन ये सब जो ह्यूमन बीइंग के साथ जो जुड़ के आता है, that is the concern.
Yeah, I was in Anju's studio yesterday, and in one of the paintings that she's done, she shows a woman's body being pierced by a long pencil. It's like a lance, which kind of enters here and comes out at the back, and it is part of her ongoing concern about the torture that an artist undergoes in the production of his work. That pencil stands for the artist's weapon, and it is piercing herself. But I was interested in the fact that where the pencil enters the abdomen, she has very, very carefully drawn the wound,
But like Anju's yesterday, blood painting.
Beautiful. Anju has done a painting of a artist, obviously. And she looks mad, almost crazed. As though she's crazed. And there's a canvas in front of her on which there's a kind of like somebody's thrown blood on it, And her own hand is bleeding. You can see the veins and all. It's so dramatic. And I was telling her then that the exact tonality of that blood If it had been more red, it would have looked horrible. If it had been less red, it would have looked weak. She's got the exact tonality that was needed for that blood.
When Sudhir saw it, he said that again, bloody Anju.
Atul, you want to see these?
Yeah.
So I was planning this order. And
So this is going to be the order.
yeah.
Okay.
And the prints have come.
Yeah.
You want to see them?
Beautiful colors. Very nice.
So I did sepia for this one. Rest is color. And yeah, I think it'll work.
It
kind
looks
of-
beautiful. Absolutely. I feel also, the distance between the frame should be less. When finally, the you put on the clothes. But what are the stains you have for the?
I'll show you. Wait. But I was thinking 1 inch, normal.
What normal?
When you say the space between the frames,
1 inch. Yeah, correct.
this is a reject. Not taking the color.
Right. The skeleton reminds me of Gangadhar. I don't know why. There is something, some movement, or I don't know.
Is just a skinny presence, nothing else.
I still feel that.
Watch your feet.
I know. It's slightly subtle, the lamp. But I mean, now in totality, it's fine. So it's okay.
Vad betyder det?
Jag vet inte.
Nitzel, Stampnion, Palik.
Bold in terms of treatment, very bold. Painting doesn't reveal itself, immediately, okay, here I am, this is what I am. No, you have to, they can reveal very slowly. So imagine, I never knew these three light, when I saw the first time. And for all this time,
Yeah.
But today I noticed it because I've been looking at it. I said, oh, I never knew these light things. So I think, one has to spend, a lot of
That's important to activate
time,
that space. It's on the frame.
Okay, that's it.
Don't worry, I'll do it.
Yeah.
What is this form? This. Oh, you didn't know? It's from a Mike Kelly work.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Mike.
So, and the funny thing is that when I saw it the first time, the form, it reminded me of a coffin. So I kind of like that image. So in his case, I think it was some 3D form on the wall, not seeing the original work, but I saw a reproduction. So I kept it on my desk, thinking of it like a coffin, that and it sat on my desk for a few weeks. And then it's strange that soon after he committed suicide. So this image made more sense to me. Like we are in a relay, so this is called relay for Mike Kelly. Like all of us are in a rush, like what he's saying. Everybody's in a rush. You have some mission and you're going for it, and there's a finish line. And but the truth is that you do your project, and at the end of it, there's this vast darkness.
Yeah.
Timu Carretti Transit.
I was looking at this Bergman book and realized that actually I haven't seen completely the total book.
You need to
it's,
spend time with it. I haven't in a long time. We should see silence again. I was thinking.
Right. Biraj, have you seen the film Silence?
I haven't seen any Bergman films.
Not a single
No.
one. Oh my God. That's
a crime.
a crime. Unpardonable crime.
I think what are you going to steal?
This Ghent altarpiece is also very famous, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw it. It's adoration of the Lamb of God.
Yesterday I found my that Colmar ticket. When we had gone.
Right.
I just found it yesterday.
Vinayak.
Actually, when I started, I would say I started life in the sense when I was at art school. So at that point, we were members of a film club, and that's when that first onslaught came of cinema, and we saw a lot of Bergman, and I felt that I could understand what was going on in the sense of like the close up, the female face. And I don't know, the darkness of the characters and that constant questioning. It's full of doubt. Everything is full of doubt. I understand what that is. Somehow it clicked something, and that's why maybe. He talks about intuition. So, it's important to me, I think. Makes sense, totally. Okay, in my work, I don't know about whether in my work, but in my head I am full of doubt about many things. So I think one can't really separate the work and the person, but uh, there's doubt about one's abilities, there's doubt about the future, there's this fear.
There is an artist in a room. That is a kind of a probably a common theme which runs through in Anju's work. But within that, so much is happening, so much drama, so much emotional, emotional ups and downs, and in terms of light, in terms of costume, in terms of expression, in terms of temperature. All these things, these things are. It's just lot. It's it's a world in itself. So I think, yeah. But generally speaking, you're right. What you said, Kabhay, I have a variety of things, as a subject matter, and she has a certain limited amount of subject matter for her work.